Hi, I'm Greg from Second Thoughts East Yorkshire. What have you been up to? A stupid question, really, isn't it? Most people are struggling because of being locked down, not being able to meet friends, family, or loved ones. And time can seem to drag, can't it? It can seem endless. So, an obvious question is what hobbies do you have, or perhaps what interests do you have that could help you to occupy your time? You may be surprised by how many people answer these questions with nothing, no hobbies, and no interests. Many people don't think they have any skills or abilities too. It is an answer I really do hear a lot. Now, some people have solitary hobbies, for example, reading, knitting, DIY, or needlework, for example. For activities like these, the lockdown may not have had a significant impact, although admittedly some people do these activities in small groups, in which case, obviously, there will be an impact. For those of us who don't think of ourselves as having a hobby, though, what can we do to help pass the time? Let me start by reassuring you that although you don't have a hobby now, that doesn't mean you'll never have one. John Lennon didn't leave the womb humming Imagine, did he? It was a learnt skill. And the point is that skills develop through practice, and any hobby only develops through trying something that very first time and carrying on with it if it appeals to you. But what if nothing does appeal to you at all? The thought of trying a new task can be overwhelming in itself when anxiety levels are high. It combines a fear of the unknown with a fear of failure, and even a worse fear of us looking silly in front of other people. Try not to fret over these concerns, though. We only improve through learning, and there are people who care about you who are here to help. So the three barriers to overcome at first are, first, number one, what would appeal to me? Secondly, how can I find out more information about that? And thirdly, and this is really important, it doesn't matter if I'm not good at what I try to begin with. Now, some hobbies are quite costly, requiring equipment or tuition, but many things are accessible now using the internet. Buying a musical instrument can be costly, for example, although there are many low-priced bargains to be had in the second-hand market. But hobbies like reading, needlework, or writing, for example, can be taken up at relatively little or even no cost, just utilising the materials that you have at home. There are a lot of instructional videos on social media too, on Facebook and YouTube, for example, covering from basic to advanced levels on so many subjects. Many are free to access, some charge, but many are free. For some people, just going out for a walk, looking at plants, the scenery, or even other people at a distance can make a huge difference to your day. It gets you out of the house, helps to maintain good physical health, and helps to restore balance, so helping mental health stability too. I know of a few people who take pictures with their telephones when out for a walk. It may be of flowers, of the landscape, maybe animals, depending on where you're walking, of course. But this gives you something to look back at when night falls too. So you were outside mentally again, as it were. Plus, it may get you interested in photography. And I don't mean progressing to the sort of the qualities of David Bailey, for example, but it does mean that even if your photos start off a little basic, you can practice using different settings and angles, even on a telephone camera, and your skills will develop in time. There are also tuition videos available online for photography as well. Another approach to find out what may appeal to you is to reach out and ask a friend. If you know someone who plays the piano, for example, or who writes short stories, does needlework, is creative artistically, maybe paints, or who makes objects from home, talk to them, ask them about what they do. Not only will that give you a little insight into some activities that may well attract you, it also encourages conversation, and we certainly all need a little bit more of that right now. People generally love to talk about the things that interest them, and listening to someone who is passionate about their hobby or skill can be very uplifting too, because that positivity emanates from them. The next point is very important. You're not boring if you don't have a hobby at the moment. Please remember that. People do really love to talk about their interests, and listening is the key to good, effective communication, two-way communication. Ask the people you know what their hobbies are. Ask them what parts are really interesting and why they find those parts interesting. Find out about all aspects of them. For example, I know someone who likes to go bird watching. I know someone else who crochets. I know a person who presses flowers, and another one who is tracing their family tree. Some hobbies may appear as dull as dishwater to you. Not everyone likes the same thing. But at least then you can rule those out. So the potential list of new interests and hobbies will narrow down, enabling you to focus and find something that does appeal to you. As I said, not every hobby appeals to everyone, but until you find out a little bit more about the hobbies, you'll never know if you may like them or not. Having a hobby will make the time pass more quickly and keep your mind from drifting off into the what-if mode that I've talked about on previous videos, and that causes anxiety levels really to skyrocket. Go on, be adventurous, and the rewards can be phenomenal. You really will get a lot out of finding something that appeals to you and taking it up as a regular hobby. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you've taken something from it. Please keep your feedback coming and let me know what subjects you would like covering. Also, let me know what hobbies you find, what things you like to do to pass the time. I'd be really interested to find out more about that. Also, message me if you'd like to chat too. I'm more than happy to talk to people. I'll be back with more videos over the next few weeks, so I'll see you soon. In the meantime, take care, stay safe, look after yourself and each other, and good mental health. Bye-bye.